Arjun talked a lot about cricket, about cartoons, about how lunch was too spicy, about how teachers were boring. From the moment he woke up to the second he fell asleep, his mouth was a non-stop radio station, and he was always the host. Just 5 minutes of silence, please, his mother begged one morning. Even his dog looked exhausted. Then one afternoon, his grandfather, wise and gentle, gave him a challenge. I dare you, he said smiling, to stay silent for one day. Arjun laughed. That's easy. I can do it with my mouth closed. His grandfather raised an eyebrow. Not just your mouth, your fingers too. No writing, no miming, no texting, full silence. Arjun hesitated. Even no whispering. No whispering, Grandpa said. Only listening. He rolled his eyes. Fine. One day. It began the next morning. At breakfast, he opened his mouth to comment on the soggy dosa but remembered. He zipped his lips. His mother's eyebrows flew up in shock. Are you sick? He shook his head, chewed quietly. At school it was torture. He couldn't answer his friends' jokes, couldn't argue when someone took his seat, couldn't defend himself when the teacher mistook his silence for laziness. He wanted to shout, I'm on a challenge, but all he could do was breathe. By lunch he noticed something strange. Without his voice filling the air, he began to hear things really hear. The clink of spoons, the nervous giggle of a shy student, the whispered insults he'd never noticed before. Without talking, his senses felt sharper. In math class, he looked at his teacher's tired face and thought, she's not boring, just worn out. At the playground, he sat alone for a moment, expecting boredom, but then he heard a coal's cry, the flutter of leaves, his own heartbeat, and in that stillness a thought crept in. When I'm always talking, when do I ever listen? Not just to others, to myself, to the tiny voice inside that wasn't trying to impress anyone, or win arguments, or be funny. Just a quiet observer. In the evening, Arjun walked home slowly. His feet felt heavier, but his mind lighter. He noticed a beggar he usually rushed past. Today, he looked at the man's eyes, and for the first time, they looked back, not asking, not blaming, just seeing. He smiled. The man nodded. No words, just a human moment. At home, Arjun sat beside his grandfather in the garden. They didn't speak. They watched a squirrel steal mango bits, watched the sun turn orange, watched time pass, gently, not in noise, but in awareness. When night came, the silence ended. His mother asked, So, how was your day? Arjun opened his mouth and paused, then said slowly, I heard the world today, Uma, and I think it's beautiful. His grandfather smiled, eyes twinkling. You've just met the greatest teacher of all.